This is Michelle from Tape and Twine, but today is a special day for me. I'm actually representing Tape and Twine Vintage, which is the new vintage shop that my friend Diane and I are opening, and it launches next Tuesday, October 22nd. Today is the 16th, just less than a week away, and we finished our greeting card journals. And I thought it would be important to do a little video ahead of time so that you guys can see the journals before they hit the shop next week. Each one is individual and different, even though they have a lot of similarities. But I know personally, if I was going to be buying a journal for a gift or for myself, that I would want to see the insides. And so I'm going to, because each one is so different, I'm going to do a little preview today for you guys. And hopefully it will make it easier next week if you're interested in these journals. You can kind of jot down the ones that you're interested in. This is a brand new venture for us. I have no idea whether or not these books will go right away or whether or not you'll have some time. It's all gonna be a surprise for all of us. So I'm just gonna start by showing you the books, and if there's something you really liked, I would just say we're going to post the time that we're launching once we get closer to the date. Just be online. It'll be on our Etsy store, and then you can pick it up from there. And we will be shipping internationally. So let me start by picking these up first and saying we did do 2 Thanksgiving or November journals. We were very short on cards for Thanksgiving, so we only were able to do 2, but that's okay. I mean, I love the 2 that we made. So the idea behind these is not a new idea. A lot of people do them. It's taking a vintage greeting card and mixing it junk journal style with a collection of papers that then you can use these journals as gifts, as dailies, monthly dailies, and or just to jot down things for the holiday. So for Thanksgiving, it could include recipes for that holiday. It could be shopping lists, coupons, you name it. So it could be a hostess gift for the person that is hosting Thanksgiving. So there's a lot of opportunities to make these your own. So this one, we've named our journals based on the card. So this one is called Special Friend because on the top here it says Thanksgiving greeting for a special friend. So, and here's the front and the back, and it is one of the vintage American greeting cards. So this one features a twine closure. So the twine comes up and down, and there's a grommet in the back that the twine goes through just so that it doesn't, it's easy to find. And what I've done is I've sewed the cards on, and I've left the signature of the person who sent them. Most of these cards are from, I'm gonna say, between the 20s and the 1940s. So I just thought they were kind of charming, and so we've left that. And what I've done is made this into a pocket on the front and on the front and the back. So it's a perfect place to stick a gift card or your coupons if you're taking this to the store. It's just, really cute. If you feel like you want to glue it down, you can, but I just loved this little graphic here. So this journal is 48 pages, and it's done in a junk journal style. The dimensions are 4.5 inches tall. 6 inches high by 4.5 wide. So it's like a 4x6 picture, if you can picture that. Haha. So the first page is sort of this shiny cardstock, or the cover. And then inside, we've taken pages from Family Circle and Women's Day, like from the 40s and 50s and even the 70s. So we have this great Thanksgiving turkey, some vegetables, there actually was I think a magazine devoted just to cooking, so I used a lot of pictures from that, papers from that. There's a wood grain paper. This says Thanksgiving dinner for 10, and it shows you what they were eating. Some graph paper, some book page featuring our pilgrim friends, some more scrapbook paper that's all fall themed with a flip out. We have an article from the Woman's Magazine, Going All Out for Thanksgiving Turkey with the Trimmings. So this is November 1967, that article. Some more book pages and lined paper and apples and a recipe, and then 4 small pages of tea-dyed paper in the center that you can write on. So there's plenty of journaling space if this is your daily. There's plenty of writing space if this is for planning your holiday. You could put recipes, glue recipes on the book pages. There's just really a lot that you can do in this little book. And then the twine comes from the top and the bottom, and then you can just tie a simple bow. It's very, very easy. Now, each of our books comes with a little ephemera pack. So in this particular case, the ephemera pack would come like this, and inside will be some vintage rickrack that I got from my aunt when she was working at a ribbon and trimmings factory in Massachusetts in the 60s. And then this little pack that says Give Thanks of all sorts of vintage magazine pages with recipes on it. Great little ephemera, little ads. I don't know if you can see that. Some book pages, some scrapbook paper, and then, a vintage envelope. I'm not going to spend too much time on the envelope since there's an address on there. We wanted to provide bags and neat little things for you to, and then here's some more. This is from a cornet, so this is, pretty old. I want to say maybe the 40s. Some more book pages and some book pages, some magazines, and then this little place card, which makes a great little tag, 2 tags, or like a little fold out that you can use in your book. So the great little ephemera pack that's personalized with a little book page, and it goes in like that. So that would be your special friend journal. The second journal, which features similar materials inside, but a turkey and vegetables on the front, is, let me put this tag in so we don't lose it. This is called Thanksgiving Greetings. This one also has just a grommet-backed twine tie. I absolutely adore this graphic, and I love this plaid paper. And there's a little bit of a sheen to this, which is really nice. And again, just a sweet little graphic here and some lace. And then we start with book page, and then just some plain paper, and then writing area. This has a little bit more writing list type of area than the other one. The other one's a little bit more junk journal. This one's a little bit more like a shopping list. There's like a little plaid sewn bookmark or tag in here. More writing space, a vintage magazine with the turkey, some pumpkin pie. I just thought that was sort of sweet, right in the center. A little flip out with a flip up, and more book page. And then this flips out as well. And this one wasn't used, so it's not signed. And then there's a pocket there. And there is no pocket on the front because I put the lace on, but there's a pocket on the back. And there's a grommet, and then again, it's just a simple tie front. and you get the same ephemera pack that you got with the other one. It's just different things inside, but the same type of thing. So this is Thanksgiving Greetings. It's between 24 and 30 pages, depending on whether you count the inside of the covers. It's a junk journal style, but there is a lot more plain coffee dyed paper to write in for lists. Has a tie closure. It's 7.5 inches tall by 3 3/4 wide, and it has a little sewn bookmark inside. This is perfect size for your wallet or for your purse, and it's a great little gift for a hostess. So we only have 2 Thanksgiving books, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll find some Thanksgiving cards in our searches, and maybe we'll be able to make more, but that's all we have for now. So if you want a Thanksgiving book, there's only 2. So now I'm going to go through the Christmas journals, and I'll try to go somewhat fast because we have a few of them. The first one, and one of my absolute favorites because I just love this black and white on it. It's this red and black and white is so retro to me, and I just absolutely adore it. So we have Baker's Twine Holding It Shut. There's a grommet on each side, and I found these cute little black grommets at like a thrift store, and I just think, I don't know, they just give that little extra something in my opinion. So this is called Black Plaid, and it has a pocket cover. And Diane and I thought pocket covers were really important, especially if you wanted to give this as a gift. You could put a gift card inside. I covered a gift card in washi tape just so that I wasn't promoting any particular brand. And I just want to show you how nicely it fits inside. So it's a great little tuck spot for a gift card. There's this little North Pole tag that will be put in there, and you can use that as whatever you want. And there's this pocket here, and then a belly band sewn in here, so it's already got storage on the front side, and I'll tie it at the end. And we have this great black plaid, and I just love this graphic. I wish I had more of these cards. It's the only one I have. And then inside we start with a very vintage page from a magazine that's in a pocket, and this is from a Women's Day. And then we have some scrapbook paper, and then some music paper from a vintage choral book, some ledger paper, and then paper from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the vintage book of that from the 50s, some more scrapbook paper. Then I have this like little tea-dyed paper that features this sort of red and green stitching and a little grommet tab and a little snowman that says joy on it. Then we have recipe, and then the center of it features another vintage card, and all of this comes from a family's estate sale that we bought, and the young son at the time, this is back in the 40s, his name was David, and he signed it with his name, and I just thought that was the sweetest little thing. So these are actually, I've turned into pockets. I've sewed them on the top and the bottom, so these are 2 pockets, and this is a vintage card in the center. And then we go back through, and there's another grommet, which I don't have anything hanging from, so that you can add your own. And we just continue on with the same paper that I spoke of on before. And then I love this black and red die ad, and it says set your table in Christmas red, and it's just adorable. So this book is called Black Plaid. It's got a pocket cover and a belly band. It's done in junk journal style, and it's 34 pages. It has a charm inside, and it's one of the bigger ones. So this one is 8.5 inches high and 5.5 inches wide. So this is more an insert sort of style. You could use it as a December daily or as a gift. It has a butcher twine or a Baker twine closure. And the boutique card on the front is called a green tree. If it was labeled at all, I'm just making that distinguishing thing, that distinguishing feature, because some people collect certain cards. So this is a green tree boutique card. So this is Black Plaid. Our second book that we have featured is a much smaller book, and intentionally smaller. A lot of the way that I created these books was by picking the card first and then creating the book around the card based on what I thought would highlight the card the best. So this one was a tiny, tiny little card by Arlene Brisky. That's signed right there, and it's a Kirsten Elliott card. And I just thought this was a terrific little gift for a gift card. And it features a decorative elastic closure with a little tree charm and a little paper poinsettia with seed beads in it. And this simply, I have another little square grommet back here, and this just sort of folds off like that, but it still stays on, that way you don't lose it. And this right here can flap, or if you would like, you could always glue it down or put two beads of glue and make it a pocket. I just really like the little flip. There's also a nice textile, some cloth ribbon that has been attached onto the book. So this would be a perfect little book to go with a gift card. So I have this beautiful plaid fabric paper, and then it's just junk journal style with ledger and avocado dye and music paper. Then this is dyed. A friend of mine gifted me this. This is dyed with I want to say maybe Kool-Aid, and then I did this double color stitch, which kind of reminds me of either like a little string of lights, but I just think I'm really pleased with how it came out. And then we have more kind of blank paper, then a little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, then a little tuck spot and some recipe cards, and then just some really striking graphics on some book page, finished with blank pages in the center. So this is a great little book for just a little gift. And on the back it says friendly greetings, Christmas and New Year. And there's a little tuck spot here. This would be perfect to put the gift card right in there, and it would make a terrific little gift. And then this just flips back over like that. So this one's called Snowy Hill Landscape, and it's 48 pages, believe it or not. It is 4.5 inches high and 4.25 inches wide, so almost a square. It's junk journal style, and it has an elastic closure. And again, it's a Kirsten Elliott card right here. So that is Snowy Hill. Okay, so now we're on to Holly Time. So Holly Time is one of my favorites, and I don't know, I just absolutely love the colors, and there's a little bit of sparkle on the scrapbook paper, and I just think it all works. So there's some baker's twine on the back with this cute little charm with bells. I thought that was just really cute. And Holly Time has a flip cover as well because of this beautiful graphic here. And I've left the fabric kind of flappy. Now you could glue that down if you want, but I just sort of like the movement of it. You know, I don't know. So it's left that like that. If that bothers you, you could glue it down. And inside we feature some recipe, a little tuck spot with some Tasha Tudor children's book. I love this ad for Baker's Chocolate. It's just so vibrant and adorable. Great hand-dyed paper, some vintage book. Love that image of Santa. Oh my God, I just love that one so much. Some avocado dyed, the first Christmas tree paper, so it's a book page that has text on it, some tea-dyed paper, some Rudolph, and then in the center it features a pocket that hides part of the binding, and it's sewn, and it's a great place to stow. Like again, if this is your little gift, you can put the gift card right in there. I seem to have lost my gift card. I think it's still sitting in the last book. So these are the rest of the pages. I'm just going through because of time. And that is that one. And it has a bright red ribbon closure. It's a vintage Hallmark card. And it has the signature in the back. And it's just a simple tie with a little bow. Very easy to close. So this is Holly Time. And it's 40 pages. There's a pocket in the center. It's junk journal style, has a silver bell charm, and it's 6¼ inches high and 4½ wide. So a little bit bigger than a 4x6 picture. That's Holly Time. Let me see if I can get my gift card back since I need that for demonstration. Okay, so now we're on to Blue Christmas. Blue Christmas is different because the images of the angels and the colors used, first of all, it's so vintagey, but the colors are so unique, and that blue with the red orange just really pops. So this has a removable elastic closure that has this really pretty elastic and then a little Christmas tree charm. And Blue Christmas has a flip cover with this really pretty musical notes on this card. And is this no, it is not. This is actually just a flip. I think it was too delicate to do a pocket. And then I put on some lace, sewn some lace on right in here. And inside it starts with the gentleman that lived in the home that we got the estate sale from he was a reverend or a vicar, and he had these lovely little vintage Christmas carol books that were used at Christmas time at his church, and the size is just so sweet. The words are so small, but it's the colors that we just loved. So we have some of those pages in here, some manila paper, some vintage Christmas cookies, some school paper, a little shepherd from like a Precious Moments book. Let's see, this is ledger paper, and then some really vintage 70s magazine, which is just so fun and kitschy. Graph paper, more of that magazine, a really interesting fly paper that was inside of a book, and then a little tiny center piece of scrapbook paper. So these are the rest of the pages. I'll show you really quickly. Some angels, more shepherds, almond spritz cookies, and the flip out has the signature and the rest of the card. So a really cute little book, and again, great little hostess gift or teacher gift, a gift for maybe your reverend or your priest. And this is called Blue Christmas. It's 42 pages. It's 5 inches wide and 6¼ inches high. And it's done in junk journal style with a removable elastic charm closure. So that one is Blue Christmas. So now we're wrapping up. I think this is our last book for this particular sale. And this one is a little bit different. This one's called Greetings, and this is done list style. And I wish we had more of these cards because I absolutely adore this, and I would make one of these for myself. This is really designed to be a list book, a Christmas card list book, or a grocery list, or a gift list. It's really, first of all, I absolutely love the dimensions of this, which is 9¼ high and 3½ wide. It's perfect to stick out of a pocket in a purse, and it's based on this greeting card that was very thin and tall, and I hope I can get my hands on some more of these because I'd love to make more of these types of books. It has an elastic closure on a vintage toggle button because I figured you probably don't want to lose the closure, but you might need to keep everything inside. So let me give you a little tour of this one. So this adorable little bell charm is like sort of just a flip. You know, when you give these as a gift, you can also write inside maybe a little message to the person getting it, which I think was kind of neat. It's sort of like having the card built into the gift. And then we have some plaid paper, and then this tri-colored grid paper, all coffee dyed. Now this is junk journal style, but you'll see that really it's a list book. So it's mostly coffee dyed and vintage papers that you can write lists on, because we felt it was important that there's a place that you can really write your holiday lists in one place. And then it's separated in sections. So if you wanted to do a present list and then let's say a Christmas card list or a grocery list, you could do that. So then this is the second section of paper. As you can see, tea or coffee dyed, and then some plain. And then in the center is one of those envelopes that you get that you could put money in back in the day, and it's been sewn in, but then I put in a piece of vellum so that you can put things inside the pocket and actually see those things. See? So you could put the gift card in the center, or you could put coupons, or you could put receipts, whatever it is that you wanted to put in there. And then the rest again, because there's this separation, you have almost like 4 little sections to write. And then the back says Happy New Year with this great graphic. And I love this writing, and it's signed at the bottom. And then again, there's this vintage toggle button and the elastic that simply goes over here, right like that. So this is Greetings. It's a list journal. It's 40 pages. It's tea stained and lined paper. Again, it's 9 1/4 high by 3 1/2 wide with an elastic closure and a toggle button. So we only have one list book in the entire sale. So if you want this one, you should be signed on when the sale starts. So that's our books, but before I finish, I just want to show you what comes with the books, because the books don't just come alone. Each book is going to come with an ephemera pack. And the nice thing about this is if you're using your book for a daily, you'll have plenty of little things in here to collage and decorate your book with. If you're using your book as a gift, and that gift is not for a typical junk journaler, you get to keep this as a present for yourself. So you get a gift and the person gets a gift. So let me go through what you get. Every single book, the Thanksgiving books and the Christmas books, get an ephemera set. The Christmas books do get a specific set, and they're all alike but different, if that makes sense. They all contain the same things, but they'll all be different in what those things exactly are. So it's going to be a surprise for you. So it's going to come in this nice crunchy sandwich bag. And then inside we have 40 pieces of ephemera. So that's a pretty big ephemera set to come with your book. So I've given you lots of goodies. Diane and I have scoured our stash. And this is what we have. We have a handmade envelope made out of Christmas paper. Each one is a Christmas carol. And it has a nice little plaid piece of scrapbook paper and a sticker. I mean, this itself is going to make a great pocket in a journal, or you can use this to give another gift to someone. And then it has this great piece of fabric ribbon that has holly on it. And Diane, she's so smart. She figured out that if we package them like this, you can just slide everything out of that envelope easily and not have to worry about all the bits and pieces. So, you know, she's the brain of the operation for sure. Okay, so we have the ribbon. We'll have music paper in here. Some of it will be this kind, some of it will be another kind, but there'll be a piece of music paper. There will be a Christmas postcard, which is a nice cardstock. It is not vintage, but it is really pretty. It would make a great pocket in a journal. Just a great part of your postcard exchange for Happy Mail. And then you get a piece of rickrack. I have had a stash of rickrack from the 60s since the 60s. And everybody gets a different piece. It'll be silver, it could be gold, or it can be this like funky blue kind of pom-pommy kind. It all depends on what you end up getting. We try to sort of put the color scheme with the book, but I can't guarantee what you're gonna get. So inside the envelope, we have, to start, a couple pieces of stationery. Some people will get these Christmas stationery and tags. Other people will get scrapbook paper, but there'll be sort of some blank stationery paper. Everybody will get a vintage envelope, and in the vintage envelope we've tried to make sure that that when it went through, for some reason the word is escaping me because that's what happens when I do videos, but the stamp when it goes through the postage is always going to be in December. And this one happens to be from 1942, but you might get them in the 20s or whatever, and it says by war bonds, so obviously it was during the war. And inside the envelope, everybody gets a piece of gets a little piece of pattern paper from a vintage McCall's stocking pattern. And you know, what you get is just a little piece from that stocking. I don't know where in the pattern you're going to get it, but it's a nice little piece that you can then use in your books. And then I've tucked in a couple little vintage gift tags that you can use in your book or however you want to use. So that right there will be inside your pack. Then everybody gets a recipe. This one, some of them are recipe cards. This one happens to be from the Holiday Cooking and Entertaining Ideas book from 1974. I think it's Better Homes and Gardens. And then everybody gets a vintage card inside of their pack that is, you know, signed probably, and probably could have some pretty funny things in there. Who knows? This one's from 1945. You'll get a vintage magazine sheet. This one is crocheting hats. Very cute little graphic. You'll get a couple book pages. Everybody gets 2 book pages, and we've tried to pick really cute graphics or vintage books. And then this great little vintage napkin that you can decoupage with. So everybody gets those things. You know, you'll get a napkin, you'll get book pages, you'll get music sheets, you're gonna get labels, you're gonna get an old envelope. And then those things all get slid into the envelope, into the good stuff pocket. We'll see if I can do that on camera. If I can't, then I'll do it off camera, and I'm probably not gonna be able to do it. And you'll get these things too. I also found these great little wooden trees, which are a great little embellishment, so I've thrown that in. It wasn't in the original count. So every single book that you buy comes with an ephemera pack. And this will be an actual set that will be in our shop. So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 books in our shop to start. We're working on a second batch. Again, those will all be different because the cards are different. But, you know, I wish we had more Thanksgiving cards, but we just don't. We'll also have a big ephemera pack for sale. And we're still working on these, so the packaging is not done. You'll have to excuse the fact that we do not have the packaging done, but I want to show you what's going to be inside, only because it's pretty special. Just know that we'll find a pretty way to put this together, and if we have that before the sale, I will show that maybe on my Instagram feed. So all of the pieces in the ephemera pack are going to be similar as well. I think we're putting 1, 2, 3. I think we have 3 big ephemera packs to start. So let me go through those really quickly with you. So one of the things I'm putting in there, which I absolutely love, is this vintage Matchbox We took the matches off, obviously. They're made in Italy by a company called Leeds and Wallace, and it's from 1955. They're in amazing shape, like brand new shape. They were a collection with in a gift box, and that was the gift. And we've separated them so that everybody gets one. And inside are cute little things. We have some postage and a couple little buttons. And it's just a sweet little thing to receive and maybe to have on your work desk, or to put stamps in, or to give a little tiny gift in, or write a little note in it. I just thought it was super sweet. Then everybody's going to get a little Ocean Spray cocktail, really vintage flyer. They're all going to be different, but we just loved the graphics. We loved the writing. It just great for a flip out in a journal. Look at that. I adore this, I have to say. Just great visually. Everybody's going to get this little subscription card to what? I don't know, but I'm sure you'll find a really great use for it. We just loved the colors and the writing on that. You're going to get 2 pieces of vintage rickrack. One that's a self-stick, which I would still use glue because of the age, and then one that's not. Just love that. And then some of the cloth ribbon. You will get 3 vintage cards. Just think of what you can do for a journal with these. You'll get an envelope, and again, December. This one's December 1945 with the cancellation stamp on it. This one has some great little stamps on the back. You get 2 decoupage napkins that you can use for your books. This is really a whole Christmas journal kit altogether. Like everything you need to make an adorable Christmas journal is right in this kit. Great little button, which would be terrific for the front of the book for a closure. Really nice size. And then we've chosen some text book pages that are all Christmas related. Happy Christmas, story of Santa Claus. And I apologize for not having other religions represented. I just don't have any of that stuff right now. But if I do, I definitely will make Hanukkah and things like that. I just don't have that right now. This is a page from Tasha Tudor's Christmas book, and it's a great size, perfect for folding and being in a journal. Some more children's book pages, and we've kept them in spreads so that you can make flip outs or you could cut them. This one is Winter Wonderland. It has great images with little birds, and this one happens to have the song on it. We have more Christmas pages and holiday pages from children's book pages, which is great. This little fun little cookbook was very kitschy. I'm going to say it's 60s or 70s, kind of that whole weird color scheme that they were doing at the time. Lots to cut out here, lots to use for journals and tags, great images. And then we have some vintage magazine pages, and again, these are from all sorts of dates. This one's from 1974. I'm not sure this one. I think this one's from the 60s. And then we found a mini catalog. You know, remember the kind that had all the cheesy gifts in it? Oh, you're going to get that in your small kits too. I forgot we have a sliver of that in all the books. I believe that that's in there too. Look at how fun are these for tags. I mean, really, really cool. And then everybody gets 2 amazing book pages. And when I say amazing book pages, I mean we went and cut up all our magazines and chose the best ads or the best visuals so that you could, I don't care what you do with this. I mean, you could use it in your journal, you could frame them, you could, I don't know. There's so much to use on them. I mean, look at these beautiful graphics. These are a lot older. I think a lot of these are from the 40s and the 50s that we were grabbing. This one's 1931. So this is November 1931, this ad. And it's for Calumet baking powder, but the colors are terrific. Just this strip of the 3 recipes I absolutely adore. And then on the other side, there's this pretty picture from one of the stories. Just really nice. And then this one is a Jell-O, and the color has changed with age, but it's a terrific ad. And on the back, oh, I love her, this Whirlpool ad. So we've tried to include ads in each one of these that are really good. There should be pictures online when we post that'll show them, but I'll have to see. We might identify these by the ads because they're really, to me, the centerpiece. Everything else is similar, but these are the centerpieces. So let me see if I can grab them. So these two are in this first kit. And then when I was destashing, I really like this cardboard vintage piece that went over the rickrack, and it's perfect for a pocket, so I'm including that in. This is the cover to the Carol book that we cut up, and it's just a terrific color. I think you get 2 pieces of the Carol book or you get the cover. And then a lot more of that pattern paper, a gift tag, which is corrugated cardboard in a Christmas tree, and then everybody gets a Carol. So there's quite a bit here. I mean, I haven't counted, but I should have the count on me. I suppose I could count in front of you. But my guess is, I believe it's 50 pieces, but it could be more. I'll have to check that. Oh, the other thing too is we're gonna make sure that there's vintage stamps in this. There is some vintage postage right here, but we wanna put in some other vintage postage. So we'll be adding some stamps and putting that in a little envelope. We didn't have the envelopes yet, and we were still choosing the stamps at the time of this recording. So just know that will be part of this kit. So let me see really quickly if I can see the ads in these kits, since there's only 3 of them. So the first one was Jell-O and Whirlpool and the baking soda. In this kit, let's see what I have for ads. It looks like the 2 top ads for this one is this Ballard's Biscuits, which has all this, look at this great imagery on here for a Christmas wrapping set that I think you take part of the, let's see, you take 2 packages and you can get this wrapping set. I thought that was great. And on the back, it's 3 ways to make applesauce. And then this one is Christmas Shop. This page for few of the hundreds of, must have been the other side. And look how happy they are to get a new oven. Oh, she's so excited to get her new vacuum. Thanks, honey. Clearly they didn't get the memo. Oh, a new freezer. Look at her face. To Mom. Wow, she's lucky. And then a new refrigerator. But the washing machine. She's delighted. Those images, I'm sorry, are priceless. And just individually, they would make great centerpieces for a journal. So I'm not sure what we'll call this one. Maybe biscuits and I don't even know. Maybe delighted moms. I'm not sure. Or Christmas gifts you should never give. Or a husband's version of Christmas. I don't know. We'll name it something. Then the last one. Let's see if I can find the 2 ads for this one. Sorry, I'm crinkling. What did we choose for this one? Well, this is the first one, and this one is for your Christmas tree. Luxe. And just gorgeous ornaments, and love those colors, love that little box. Oh, you get ornaments for only 50 cents with a box top. And then on the back is Aunt Jemima cake mixes, and great color on that, just really beautiful. This is for a Devil Foods cake. And let's see, I see that we have this really beautiful image with the cardinals, but I don't think that's the ad. Let me find the ad that should be in here. Da-dum-da-dum. Sorry for this, it's just sort of a little spontaneous that we... Huh. Okay, so the second ad for this kit happens to be missing. Maybe we didn't choose it yet. So I'm actually going to pause for a moment, and then I can put the picture of that ad in once it's chosen so that you'll see the second ad. I'm almost certain I know which one it was. It just might not have made it in the envelope. So I'm gonna pause right now, and here is the second ad you're going to see. Okay, so I hadn't planned on showing the kits yet because we hadn't finished them, so hopefully you'll get the idea, but you won't be too upset that I don't have everything for it. Okay, those are pretty much the things I need to show you. Most people know in vintage shops when they're looking at the pages what those things are. I don't think I really need to do an individual video showing those things, but I will tell you a little bit about them. We are going to try to put a little bit of everything in the first sale, but if you don't see something you're looking for, hold tight. We have so much stuff that's coming up. But in the first sale, we are going to have some vintage bottle caps. And we're going to pair those with some dairy receipts. So it'll make a cute little ephemera pack if you're working on something that's dairy or just that blue and red vibe. We'll have little packs of calling cards, just kind of plain ones, but the names are great and the fonts are terrific. We have a sweet little leather diary that's tiny and vintage, and it will come with a vintage pack of planner paper. We have an amazing teacher's book that's great paper in it. It's a terrific color, and I think you guys are going to love it. We have an entire set of Milton Bradley flashcards that have the terrific graphics and the colors on them, and somebody actually wrote the handwriting under the letter in pencil, and it obviously was a teacher because they're gorgeous, and it's an absolute perfect set, and it's complete, and it is going to make so much ephemera and such a great addition to somebody's collection who wants to do add in flashcards that are really interesting looking. We have those tea cards that represent trees. We have 3 different sets of those. We have a collection of golden books that are ready to be cut up for junk journals for Christmas. They're different holiday themed ones, and depending on the condition is the price, but we've priced them low so that people can get their hands on them and start their Christmas journals. We'll have some really sweet little vintage boxes filled with postage. And of course, I will have some of the textiles that we've been featuring on our page. It has been crazy trying to get everything sorted and curated and photographed, and in the meantime, I'm teaching classes and I'm leaving first thing in the morning to be out of town until Sunday night, going on an artist workshop, which I am so excited about. So we are just doing our best to get it all ready. Please keep watching our Instagram feed for Tape and Twine Vintage. That'll give you all the information you need. I'll try to update the box under this video once we know the time and if there's any other information that you need to know. I think that's it. We are so excited, and we hope that you guys love our shop. We're really trying hard. As a junk journaler, I want our shop to be a place where you can get special items that maybe you can't find around you at a reasonable price. at a price that allows you to put it in your book or give gifts or whatever. You know, we're trying to get deals ourselves so that we can pass them along to you at a reasonable price. We will have a section of our shop that has very special items that maybe collectors will want, so those will be priced more. But as far as junk journal supplies, we're going to try to keep it a reasonable price, but some really special things. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If there's anything you want to see in our shop, put it in the comments below. I will try to answer all the questions from the road, and I really appreciate all the support you guys have given us leading up to our opening. Don't forget, it's October 22nd, Tape and Twine on Etsy, Tape and Twine Vintage, and we'll have all the links put in below once we have them. Thanks. Have a great week. We'll see you next week for the opening. Bye.